Hello children, Uma here. Today we are going to see materials, metals and non-metals part 5. Recap on materials, metals and non-metals. Already we discussed about definition of metals and non-metals and occurrence, physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals and uses of metals and non-metals and noble metals. Today let's move on to elements. An element is the simplest form of pure substance and made up of only one kind of atoms. It cannot be chemically changed or decomposed into simpler substances by normal chemical means. For example, gold, silver, mercury, hydrogen, and oxygen are elements. Compounds. Many elements have a great tendency to combine with each other to form compounds. A compound is a pure substance formed by the chemical combination of one or more elements in a definite proportion by mass. For example, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is a compound made of two elements such as sodium and chlorine. The smallest unit of compound is a molecule which shows all the properties of the compound. Next, move on to symbols of elements. It's very inconvenient to write the full names of elements every time while describing their reactions. So, to overcome this problem, we use abbreviations known as symbols to denote elements. A symbol of an element is one or two letters long and is chosen by the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, that is IUPAC. Hence, it is accepted as a standard symbol throughout the world. A symbol represents one atom of an element. Writing symbols of an element. There are some rules according to which symbols are assigned to elements. These rules are as follows. Some elements are represented by the first letter of their names written in capital. For example, C is the symbol for carbon and N for nitrogen and O for oxygen and H for hydrogen. However, when there are more than one element whose names begin with the same letter, then only one of the elements is represented by the first letter of its name. The other elements are then represented by the first two letters of their names. In such cases, out of the two letters, the first one will always be in the uppercase, that is capital letter, and the second one will always be in lowercase, that is small letter. For example, boron, barium, beryllium, bismuth, and bromine all start with B. So only boron is represented by B, while barium, beryllium, bismuth and bromine are represented by the first two letters of their names as Ba, Be, Bi and Br respectively. Formulae. Just like an atom of an element is represented by a symbol, similarly, a molecule of an element or a compound is represented using a formula. For a compound, a formula represents symbols of elements present in the molecule of that compound. It also shows the number of atoms of each element present in the molecule of the compound. Writing formula of a compound. To write the formula of a compound, one must follow the given steps. First one, write the symbols of the elements present in the molecule of compound side by side. Second one, write the number of atoms of each element in the molecule of compound below the symbol of that element, that is as a subscript. Let's write down the formula of ammonia. The elements present in a molecule of ammonia are nitrogen and hydrogen. N and H. The number of hydrogen atoms present in one molecule of ammonia is 1 and the number of hydrogen atoms is 3, NH3. So, the formula of ammonia is NH3. Formulae of some compounds. Compound name is water. Component element hydrogen and oxygen. Number of hydrogen atoms 2 and oxygen 1. Formula H2O. Carbon dioxide. Component elements carbon and oxygen. Number of atoms in carbon 1. Oxygen is 2. Formula CO2. Calcium oxide. Component elements calcium and oxygen. Number of atoms calcium 1 and oxygen 1. Formula CaO. Magnesium oxide. Component elements magnesium and oxygen. Number of atoms magnesium 1 and oxygen 1. Formula MgO. Zinc oxide. Component elements zinc and oxygen. Number of atoms zinc 1 and oxygen 1. Formula ZnO. Project work. Take a pencil sharpened from both ends. Connect the two ends of the pencil to two different copper wires and connect the copper wires to a dry cell and a bulb. Now, bulb will glow. Explain your inference from this activity in an A4 sheet. Thank you.